Okay, so excuse me for the crudeness of this video, but I know a few people are asking everything that's inside the race case, what it does. So I'm going to go through that, and I'll also show you some little handy extras that I like to take around. So we'll start off with this here. This is a HP Elite Desk computer. The monitor's up the top there. It's just a little portable monitor. And connected to that, on top here, is a GL.iNet Opal router. And that's just connected via Ethernet. Now, the first thing you want to do is you need to pick up lap times. So I have here a nuclear hazard fission. That is a Raspberry Pi 5 hooked up to a nuclear hazard fission board, and it contains 8 RX 5808s, which means that I can track up to 8 pilots at a time. And the way it does it is this will be sitting by your start-finish gate. So your quad's coming along. As soon as it goes past it, you'll see a spike in the signal of one of the nodes. That determines when you've done a lap. And that is connected. Hence why we've got the router there, is because I also use a cable to plug it into there. And then an extra long Ethernet cable goes out into the field. So that's how it picks up lap times. But what I also like is I like to review the video, both as people are racing and if it needs any DVR review. So this is where this half of it comes in. This is a HD0 Event VRX. It supports up to 4 video feeds, so you'll see exactly what's going on in the pilot's goggles. And that supports both HD0 and analog. Now you can see these 4 HDMI cables coming out. Because it only has one separate, it does one feed per pilot. It comes into a box under here, which is a multi-viewer. What that does is it takes all 4 of those video feeds, combines it into one, and then spits it out over this HDMI. So this HDMI runs all the way down to the back of the computer, and it just uses a nice and cheap and simple USB capture card. One end's got a HDMI in, and the other one just plugs into one of the USB ports on the computer. And you'll be able to then view the pilot's feeds, and you can also do DVR review if you need to watch a race from the day and make sure that it was timed correctly. You can go back, review it, and then amend the timestamp of when they went through the start-finish gate. So that's essentially the race case. Yeah, and what I'll do now is I'll show you a few nice extras that I like to carry around with me. So we've got a webcam here that will plug in, and that can look at either the race director or over the track. That can also be added into the program that I use called FPV Trackside. When you add the camera into there, you can have the option for, say, photo booth. So when pilots turn up to an event, you can take their picture, and then when it shows the standings between heats, you actually see their picture. Like I said, you can have it faced at the race director, on the track, on the pits. There's a lot of options in FPV Trackside. I did do the other video explaining how I run the heats in Trackside, so I'll link that below. Next is a Bluetooth speaker. Because I don't really like the speaker right near me, because it's blasting right next to my ear, and then other people can't hear. So yeah, Bluetooth speaker there. It does support line in, and I've got a Bluetooth dongle plugged into the computer here. A projector. That's an Android projector with a HDMI port on the back there. So you can either connect it to the router wirelessly, because it does have wireless there, or you can plug in a HDMI cable. The problem with connecting it via Wi-Fi is that it is delayed, so it's preferential to plug that in via HDMI, but it's only I think a £50 projector. So next we will need to power the the race timer. So I have a 26,800 milliamp hour RAV power power bank, and to connect it I've got a USB-C to XT60 cable, and just in case that runs out I've also got a plug there. But I think I can do between 3 and 4 3-hour race sessions, so that's quite handy. This is a spectrum analyzer. It's called the Hertz Hunter, and what it does is it will show you, it will scan the frequencies, and it will show you spikes of signal with people who are on channels. This is really good to have just sitting on the desk or wherever you are, just constantly monitoring the airwaves, because I have found sometimes that between heats there's been interference from unknown places, so we know then that that we need to find out the source of the issue and eliminate it, so that the pilots can race and can actually see. And finally, I've got an ammo can here. This doubles up a lot of this stuff, the lap timer, projector, a lot of the stuff can be stored into there, but also it doubles as a shielding for the lap timer. So what I usually do is just stand it up like that with this top off, and it basically just it sends the signal detection out this way. It dampens it a lot from the side, so you get a lot less false readings. And as well as that, you know, when they do pass, it's going to be completely unshielded, so you'll get a bigger spike. So it's much easier to run a race. But yeah, and that's everything.